I'm proud to announce this video is sponsored by Majin Hobby. Get the best tools for building your model kits delivered directly to your door and save 10% off when you use discount code PT10. Link in the description. Check it out. What's going on, everybody? Plasma Therapist here, and in today's video I'm showing you guys how I'm going to recast some pieces in resin so I can go ahead and paint them up to match the final color of the build that I've been working on for the past couple of weeks. I'm excited, I hope you guys are too, so without further ado, let's head over to my workstation. Alright, so here we are on my workstation. The first thing we need to do is make our mold. What I like to use is this Easy Mold by Casting Craft. It's a silicone putty. It's really easy to use and it's firm but also flexible enough that it can hold its shape when we make our resin piece, but it's not too firm that we can't get our piece out once we're done. All we need to do is take an equal part of the part A, part B, mix it together for about a minute, and then you push our piece in. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that, and I'll catch up with you once our piece is set in the mold. So from here on out, my audio got a little weird, so I'm just going to voice over everything for you guys. What I'm doing is I'm just pulling out about roughly equal sized balls of part A and part B. I'm going to close up the mold so they don't get bad, and then I'm going to go ahead and mix these two pieces together. Just go ahead and fold it in, twist it, and roll it out into a ball, and then press it down onto the table to get yourself a good surface to press your piece into. Once that's cured, you're going to go ahead and just pop it out after about 20 minutes of letting it set. The next step is to add our UV cure resin, and it's important that you go slow to add the resin to make sure that there is no bubbles when you pour it. If you do happen to find any, just go ahead and get a meat skewer and push the bubbles up off to the edge until they pop or until they're removed completely. The next step is to cure our resin. I like this UV resin lamp that we use for nail beds because it can cure large and small pieces and is automatically set for 1 or 2 minute increments and can turn off once it's complete, and is great for tracking how long you've been curing your pieces for. After 5 minutes of curing, we're going to go ahead and pop our piece out, and then we're going to cure the other side of our piece to make sure it's nice and hard. Now, as you can see, the resin piece we have here has some bubbles on that surface, and that's okay because we're going to go ahead and clean it up by starting with creating a little bit of a tape section that we're going to use to hold the piece in place when we ultimately sand that down. Using my favorite God hand sponges, we're going to start with 600 grit, then move on to 800, and then finally 1000 grit to get that piece where we want it to be. You can get your God hand sponges from Majin Hobby and use my discount code to save 10%. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and make another little tape arrangement here. This is to hold the piece in place when we ultimately come back in and add our resin again. Now, when you add your resin, it's okay if there's a little bit of bubble that comes out of the tube. Ultimately, what we're going to do is we're going to use our skewer again, and we're just going to pop our bubbles and push the resin around to fill in all the gaps. Once that's done, we're just going to go ahead and give it another little cure under the light. Hey guys, if you're appreciating the video so far, leave a like, lets me know you're finding value in the content. If you haven't done so already and you want to stay up to date on anytime we come out with a new video, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you don't miss a thing. Finally, don't forget to check out the sponsors for today's video, which is Majin Hobby. Use the discount code PT10 to save 10% off on your next order. Now, let's head back to my workstation and finish up today's build. Now at this point, all that's left is to paint your pieces. Here I'm using a clear purple by Moto, but if you don't have a paint, you can still enjoy the tutorial by using a Sharpie. You can go ahead and color in your pieces, but be sure to leave them to cure properly before touching them because the Sharpies aren't going to hold as nicely as paints, but will still get the job done. Now before I forget, all the products used in this video are going to be linked in the description. If you want to support the channel, using the affiliate links below is a great way to help me because any purchases made will provide me with a small commission. So there you have it guys, a quick tutorial on recasting some of your resin pieces so you can paint them to match the color of your kit. Now, if you want to move on to pieces that are three-dimensional or require you to cast multiple sides, I highly recommend looking into doing some casting resins as opposed to these UV cure resins. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm learning to get to that point, so maybe I can teach you guys in the future. But anyway, that's it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found some value in this content. Remember, take care of yourselves, take care of the people around you, and I'll see you in the next one.